Hey guys, this is Allie with Cruise Blog. Welcome back to our channel. Today we're going to be talking about how you can get a cabin upgrade on your next cruise. Stay tuned. So you booked that cheap inside cabin, but now you'd love to sail in a big old balcony, wouldn't you? So is it possible to get on a cruise ship and have an upgrade for free? Unfortunately, it doesn't happen very often. Complimentary upgrades are kind of a thing of the past, and they're not very common in the cruise industry right now. But just because a surprise free cabin upgrade is unlikely does not mean that there aren't ways that you can level up your room on the cheap. Here are 10 ways to get a free or discounted cabin upgrade on your next cruise. Number 1 is to book during a free upgrade promotion. Instead of waiting for the cruise line to give you a free upgrade, seek one out from the start. Cruise lines are constantly running sales, and sometimes these offers include a free upgrade promotion. Sometimes the cruise lines will offer insides and ocean views or ocean views and balcony cabins for the same price, so you can book an upper category room for the price of a lower category. Cruise lines also deem certain rooms within a larger category as better. For example, a balcony cabin on a higher floor might be deemed more desirable and priced higher than a lower deck balcony. Some sales feature same category upgrades where you can book any room of the same type, so like an inside, outside balcony, for the same price, letting you get the best available for less. With these deals, make sure that prices weren't inflated immediately prior to the sale so that you think you're getting a bargain, but in actuality, you're not. Number 2 is to book a guarantee cabin. A guarantee cabin is a cruise ship gamble that you'll be upgraded to a better room than you booked. Essentially, you pay a lower rate that guarantees you a room in the category that you booked at minimum, and the cruise line gets to place you in whichever room they want in that same category or higher. So for example, if you booked an outside guarantee, you might get on board and discover that you've been assigned a balcony cabin. This actually happened to me on my last cruise to Alaska, where we booked an outside guarantee and we were given a free upgrade to a balcony. Granted, that was at lower capacity, but it was still a really nice surprise. You might also find yourself in the smallest and noisiest cabin, though, so be prepared for that gamble. And if you're picky about your cabin location, then this probably isn't the best option for you. You should only gamble on an upgrade with a guarantee cabin if you're fine sailing in any room in the category that you booked. Number 3 is to book with a travel agent. The cruise lines aren't the only ones with promotions. Travel agents can be your key to a free or discounted cruise ship cabin upgrade. Travel agents can have access to certain offers or promotions that you might not have access to when you book directly with a cruise line. So you might have a certain budget, and if you go with a travel agent, they might be able to provide you a better stateroom than the cruise line is offering within your budget. Number 4 is to upgrade with points. Most travelers are familiar with point earning credit cards that are tied to airlines and hotels, but did you know that cruise lines offer the same thing too? If you have a credit card linked to lines such as Norwegian and Royal Caribbean, you can redeem your points for free cruise ship cabin upgrades. So, for example, with 150,000 Royal Caribbean points, you can upgrade your room on a 4 to 8 night cruise departing between September and May for free, as long as the room difference is not more than $300. Of course, the offer has lots of exclusions, but if the stars align, you can turn everyday credit card purchases into an upgraded cruise cabin. Number 5 is being loyal to a cruise line. Loyalty is a big factor for cruise lines, and once you reach a higher level of a loyalty program, you can start receiving complimentary and reduced rate upgrades. So for example, members of Celebrity's Captain Club loyalty program can request a complimentary 1 category upgrade during the booking process. So 1 category isn't all that much, but it could save you a little bit of money. When you reach the highest diamond level in Carnival's VIFP club, you'll receive a one-time free cabin upgrade from one stateroom to the next. So be sure you sign up for those programs every time you sail a new cruise line, and make sure that you're including your member number on your bookings for each cruise that you take with that company. Upgrades are not the only perks that you'll receive, and it won't cost you a cent to join these programs. Number 6 is to bid on an upgrade. Several cruise lines like Norwegian and Royal Caribbean are now inviting cruisers to bid for an upgrade. The upgrades aren't free, but you can get a higher category cabin for less than if you paid for it outright. But you need to be pretty savvy to have success bidding for an upgraded cabin. You can bid for a minimum, but a lot of people will do a little bit higher than the minimum to hopefully differentiate bids from one another. You can always go back and change your bid at any time, but once the cruise line accepts it, your credit card is charged and there's no backing out. This auction process, though, isn't for everybody. If you originally booked connecting cabins or maybe an accessible cruise room, you'll not be able to guarantee that you'll have that same room and accessibility if your cabin is upgraded. Also, you won't be able to pick your cabin location for the upgrade. So in that way, it's kind of like a guaranteed room. Number 7 is to accept an offer from the upgrade ferry. When cruise ships have one category or one sailing that's more popular than others, the revenue managers will try and free up space in that category by offering targeted upgrades to booked passengers. The offers are kind of like a magical surprise, so longtime cruisers will joke that they're having a visit from the upgrade ferry. You'll need to pay for the upgrade, but you'll still get a nicer room at a discount. Another version of this upgrade offer is when cruise lines try to fill unsold cruise cabins on less popular sailings by sending free or discounted upgrade offers to their loyalty program members booked on those cruises. If you're trying to be strategic about getting a cheap cruise cabin upgrade, consider booking during the off-season to get a better chance of getting one of those offers. Number 8 is to switch cabins when prices drop. It can be annoying to track cruise fares as they rise and fall, especially if you've already booked a reservation. But paying attention to pricing can lead to a free upgrade. I actually had this happen on my upcoming cruise. We had booked an inside cabin, but once I repriced, I saw that the guarantee balcony cabins were actually $500 cheaper. So how does this happen? If a ship isn't selling out, the cruise lines might drop the price on cabin categories that are above what you booked. When you see those rates come down, perhaps to maybe a similar price that you booked for a lower category cabin, call the cruise line or travel agent and ask if you can switch your reservation to a nicer room. If the fine print allows it, congrats, you just got yourself a free or discounted cabin upgrade. And in my case, I saved $500 by getting a nicer room. Number 9 is getting lucky at the pier. The upgrade that everybody wants, but people rarely get, is that free upgrade at embarkation. If the cruise line's not sold out, sometimes cruise lines may decide to upgrade either its most loyal guests or new cruisers to the line for free. The cruise line is hoping that the upgrade will hook you on a larger cabin so that you book a pricier room on your next cruise. Or perhaps they're betting on the upgrade convincing a first-time cruiser to keep sailing with that cruise line again and again. The only thing you can do to increase your chances of this kind of upgrade is to book sailings for special occasions, mark that in your reservation, and then sail with the same cruise line over and over again and hope for the best. Number 10 is to ask for an upgraded cabin on board. It takes some guts, but you can march yourself right over to guest services and politely inquire if the cruise line has any available balcony cabins or mini suites that you can move to free of charge. Of course, this strategy will not work for you most of the time, forewarning. But perhaps if you're celebrating a special occasion and the crew member's in good spirits, you might get lucky. Worst case, they say no and you go right back to the cabin you booked. Or they allow you to move if you pay the difference. I did read a helpful tip once that if you want to try this approach, don't make your move on embarkation day when the guest service desk is swamped and everyone else is asking for a free upgrade. Wait until after the first port of call. By then, the ship staff will know which passengers were no-shows or they left the ship early. And by then, it's not too late for anyone to actually book the cabin. Since the cruise line can't make money on an empty room and no one else is bothering them about it, the managers may just let you have it. It's always worth a try for that elusive free cabin upgrade. Well, there you have it, guys. Those are our best tips for you to get an upgraded cabin on your next cruise. Have you ever used any of these strategies? Comment below how successful you were and the best upgrade that you maybe have ever received. Be sure to like and subscribe to Cruise Blog to see more videos like this in the future. Until then, happy cruising!